Petri Dish, the Petri Dish, the Petri Dish.
This is
The Petri Dish, the Petri Dish, the Petri Dish. This is the Petri Dish. It's the only podcast that exists exactly how I want it to right now. And this week, exactly what I want to exist is the OG Petri Dish crew, Austin and Jonathan. They're here.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Both here independently in previous episodes and now together again in a Zoom call. Horny Town is here.
Yeah.
I'm on site. I'm on location.
I also just love the subtlety that the sign has RFID and GPS because they know people are going to steal the Horny Town sign.
Yeah.
Enough people have stolen it. They're like, we have the FBI on this shit. Don't even try.
I like the perspective it frames. It's like the world's largest road sign.
Yeah.
It is
Big
gigantic.
as fuck. I like
It
to
is a
think
billboard.
it's on top of like a 12-foot pole that's greased up. It's a challenge.
Yeah.
Horny Town, population 1.
Yeah, hell yeah. There's something growing in here, and today it's it's sandwiches. That doesn't make any sense. I had a triple-decker peanut butter and jelly sandwich before the podcast because I'm just living out my fantasies of like Scooby-Doo sandwiches.
Yeah.
Raising
Oh,
the stakes.
I had actually thought about doing that for dinner tonight.
A triple-decker sandwich. Are you going to do with a PB&J like Bobby, or are you going to go with like a meat, like an actual meal sandwich?
Yeah, like meat and
And
cheese
not
with a
something you
lettuce in
drink
it.
with coffee.
No, like a PB&J.
Do it.
Yeah.
You're
I
gonna
don't
do
know if I
four
suggest it.
slices?
I don't know if I suggested it like nighttime, but have a big old thing of coffee with your triple-decker PB&J.
Okay. Austin, is there any way we can turn your volume up?
Is it not up enough?
You're definitely quieter.
We should have
Yeah.
waited till
Yeah.
you hit record for me to figure this out. You're not hearing me all that well, or maybe it's just me not speaking up loudly enough?
Yeah, Zoom is just making you the quieter one. It even shows the little half bar like you're not as loud as everybody,
Really?
but we can hear you.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I'm speaking
Yeah.
directly into this microphone. I'm not sure if it's working or not.
Yeah.
You got it?
Honestly, it's a little better when you hold it close to your face.
Yeah, that was probably my bad. My bad, guys. All right,
No, you're good.
start over.
Start over.
Bow.
Yeah,
The Petri
the
Dish,
Petri
the
Dish.
Petri Dish.
There's a sandwich in here, and it's Jonathan. All right.
Yeah. I am a sandwich.
Yeah, you are. And by that I mean you're full of meat. I don't know.
Yeah.
Improv.
I have crust.
I don't approve of that joke,
Okay.
but I'm glad you made it.
Thank you.
I finally cut off my ponytail, my pandemic ponytail.
Okay.
I think I got to get like a new shampoo or something, because boy, the back of my neck was getting gross.
Was it?
Yeah, so I just hacked off all my hair, and I had Alicia hack off all my hair.
Was it just a
now
very
it's-
sweaty neck? What was it so gross?
I don't know whether it's like when I get too fat and pre-diabetic, like parts of my body just start turning dark, or if it's like when I get fat, I am also not cleaning myself enough, so my neck
it's
is
just-
just like, you need some weird gunk, and so now there's just like excess skin all around my neck in like a collar. You can even see it's like a tan line all
Whoa.
around here, but it's
That's
just like neck skin.
That's a real crust.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Head
if
crust you
anyone's
got.
crusty here, it's your boy.
It's definitely us
Yeah.
boys here.
Bobby has usurped my crust.
Yeah. They're the crustiest boys in the tri-state area, probably.
Yeah.
No.
Well, and we could be the bi-state area.
Yeah, okay.
Nevada, New York, or yeah,
Nevada, New
North
York.
Carolina.
Yeah.
I can't talk.
Two of the closest states.
Yeah,
They
right.
both- alphabetically, they are.
We can be by state with any other state.
I vote Iowa.
Oh,
As our
Yeah. Hey, if we got to base our standardized testing off of them, let's also use our crust scale.
oh,
they probably got some real crusty busters out there.
I mean, if I was thinking of crusty people, in the entirety of Slipknot is from Iowa.
Yeah. Even the
oh,
drums look all crusty and gunked up.
They're just
Like
full,
they're just banging on old barrels, aren't they?
full of makeup. I guess they don't do makeup; they just do masks. But they got to do like neck and eye makeup with it.
yeah.
To make it look all grody.
Yeah, to get really real crusty.
I was thinking Slipknot was ICP, but that's not correct.
You're not too far
You're
off.
not. They're not that far off, actually. Like they're both just gross, masked and or makeup people from the Midwest making loud music.
Okay.
Does the Slipknot fan base have a pet name that they go by, like Juggalos? Is pet name even the right word for that? That sounds kind of like sexual.
pet name?
Just something they call their fans.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know if they have a Juggalos style thing, but I think they all exist within what's the lead singer's name? It's not Corey Feldman.
Taylor?
Corey Taylor. That's what it is. Corey, they all exist inside Corey Taylor's neck.
Okay.
Which, if you haven't gone down that YouTube hole, he's got a famously huge neck for how tiny his head is.
Didn't he get surgically resized too?
Maybe.
Isn't it smaller? It's not as big or thick as it used to be. I don't know if it's an age thing or if it's something he cosmetically altered.
If I was rich, I'd get a smaller neck.
If I was rich, I'd get a bigger neck. I'd want a cosmetically enlarged neck. It would be like just massive for my head.
Look like
I want my shoulders and neck to kind of bleed together into one thing. Just a gradual slope up into my head.
You're gonna look like a Cardassian with their weird neck ridges.
I want to look like I want to look like a cartoon volcano. That's what I want to look like.
Okay. Well,
hell yeah.
According to Google, Slipknot fans are referred to as maggots.
Yeah, they will
Whoa.
be.
Yeah.
Isn't that what we call people who voted for Trump too?
I thought those were those little worms.
Yeah, those are.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all the same.
That's also what you call fans of Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Oh,
Call them maggots.
okay.
The magheads.
I don't know if I like that because if you're a fan of either Maggie or Jake, you could be Gyllenheads.
Gyllenheads.
Yeah.
Gyllen kids in the hall. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, here we go, riffing.
Nice.
All right, what's the first little
Oh man.
banner theme or synchron, whatever they're called.
The first germ we're gonna dive into, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, ladies and germs. There it is. Double it up.
Yeah.
Germs and
you
germs.
Guys, I don't know if you'll understand it when I say it initially, because I will have to explain, and it's gonna suck because I'll have to use some of the greatest examples. But what's the horniest name you've seen?
The horniest name you've seen, like an actual person's
Horny
name?
Town Road.
Horny Town Road's up there for sure, but horny's in the name already.
I just mean like there's humans named Dick Army, like
like thirst trap names.
Like what's the fucking like I don't count porn stars because they choose it, but like there's some people's real names.
Mick Jagger. Mick Jagger is a pretty horny name, sounding name.
Right.
It sounds kind of like jagging off, like jack off.
Yeah.
And then Mick is I think that's like a racial slur for Irish people or something. But I don't know, that gets me horned up. I don't know about you guys.
I
Jagger.
I too am horny for Mick Jagger.
Yeah, you would be.
Yeah.
I love the formula of Mick Jagger's name. It's just be like choose a light racial slur and then a form of jacking off.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you guys think is a horny name? What's the horniest human name you think you've heard? Real
Ching
person?
Pound Off.
Ching Pound Off? Who's that?
I'm just using the Mick Jagger method. Cancel me, internet. I don't know.
Come on, you got to know. This was your little.
I know.
Your
Another
little idea you wanted to fester.
Dick Wolf is another great one.
Dick Wolf is a good one.
Ezra Pound.
Yeah.
There's two wolves inside of you, and both of them are dicks.
What about like people you actually met? Who has like a horny name, like a real life person you knew in your life?
Ooh.
Oh.
Possible?
That just makes me think of people who were jacking off in elementary school before I knew what jacking off was.
What? They're just jacking off?
Yeah. Like
in class?
Yeah, in school.
What was
they didn't know
name?
they had to have shame about it yet.
Right.
Yeah.
I still remember a point in my life where kids were like on the playground and be like, stuff comes out of your dick that's not pee. And I was like, why? Why? One, why? And two, why are you talking to me?
Yeah.
There was always that one kid. Always that one kid who had all the hot new information from his older brother.
Yeah. It was never me.
Good.
Despite what you would think.
Despite your looks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just do that nowadays. You just go to the elementary school and you kids want to learn some stuff. Just whispering them weird shit through the fence. Yeah, that makes sense. No, everyone, Jonathan's not a pedophile.
Right. There was one. Okay. Y'all remember when I was living with you and I was going crazy, but we didn't talk about it much because I was too crazy to talk.
You were too deep in it, like Serpico.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. Well, there was one point where I thought I was going to get arrested because I was living too close to a school.
Honestly,
I was scared of that.
It's a legit fear because sometimes I'll catch myself like scratching, like because I've refatted myself pretty well, so all my shirts are basically half shirts. So I'll just walk around like this.
Nice. Yeah.
And just like catch myself like itching too much near the window, and then I'm like, they're at recess right now, and I like straighten up like I'm an adult.
Like the shades are down, yeah.
Yep, I'm like, I gotta quit like fingering my belly button in front of these 13-year-olds. In all fairness, I don't know if you know this yet, Jonathan, but me and Alicia at one point caught a kid blowing another kid at the middle school across the street.
Oh God.
It was like I was sitting here, I was at work, but I looked out the window and there's just two kids going to town behind the quad over there.
Holy shit.
I was like, you are next to a street. Like, it's not secret. Yeah. It's secret if you're facing the school and that's like all you think about. But like, you're not hidden. You're facing a bunch of houses.
You watched long enough to recognize what they were doing.
I watched long enough to see some gross little 13-year-old's hard dick, and I don't.
Oh no!
I don't say that for comedy purposes because that's the reality. What I did do was open the window and go, "Hey!" And they immediately stopped and ran away. Alicia was the responsible adult and like called the school to be like, "Hey, you guys need to watch this back corner a lot." And it was during recess. Like,
oh, wow.
All the other kids were out and about, just not in that back corner. So like, no shame at all. These goddamn kids. They were definitely in Horny Town.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Jonathan, you been doing that lately?
No. What do you mean?
No, you're innocent.
Okay.
I don't know that I've known very many people with horny names. I did know a guy whose last name was Foot, and if you're into that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like Idris Elba. Did you guys know Idris Elba's into feet?
No,
I didn't.
I I found it out recently. I wasn't watching the Graham Norton show, but people want you to watch it so bad, they'll take pictures of it and then type the captions of what was being said at the bottom, which makes me think maybe it was a lie, because you can put whatever text you want over a picture, but it was literally like a thing of like Idris Elba. It was like his first time doing a sex scene, and he was asking the lady who was like done the scenes before, he's like, hey, could you like wear socks? I have a thing about feet. And she was like, oh, okay. Maybe he's like grossed out. And they find out later he's like super horny for feet and he didn't want to get rocked up during the movie. Which, like, good for him. I'm glad he was able to be like, hey, look, I'm going to lay all my cards out there.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
That's respectable.
I don't want to look at your feet because I will take advantage, you know?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure her tits were out in the movie, but they were still. But they were still like, put on socks. Whoa.
Yeah.
Bare toes. Bare toes get me all hot and bothered.
Yeah. Toes are like feet titties.
Yeah. Oh, now I'm just thinking of nipples at the end of people's feet.
Ugh.
Oh.
That's gross. Like little nipples at the end of the toes.
Yeah.
Biologically, I feel it would make more sense to have nipples at the end of the phalanges, you know?
To have the nipples on the feet.
Like, here you go, kid.
Yeah.
It would make walking around a lot harder, though, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that make it more sensitive down there? We'd probably be doing like handstands and walking on our hands as opposed to our feet.
Wheelchairs. We would just have wheelchairs.
Wheelchair all the time. Just having our feet sticking straight out.
Mouth would probably be a bigger problem.
Yeah.
Talk about foot and mouth syndrome.
Yeah.
Give me them feet titties. Put them in my mouth.
Speaking of human evolution, I don't understand why people aren't more into the idea of like wheeling around. You know, like why?
You mean like on a scooter? Are you just saying this because you're at a point where you might need to be doing that? You might need to build a ramp up to the house.
I'm going to fight for the world that I know I'll eventually have to live in, you know?
You want to be like,
while I do want the world to be more handicap accessible, I just also want people that do not have a disability to be able to wheel around as they please.
That's fair. Yeah. Like in that Wall-E movie. Everyone just like hanging around in a big hover chair.
It'd be great.
I'm down for that. But then those people always get judging you, you know? Like they'll think that you have a disability, but you don't. You're just using it to like make your life easier.
That's true. But that's the thing is like, if I was trying to make my life easier, why is that? Why do people always have a problem with that?
With getting in the chair.
It's like I could get the same effect by wearing rollerblades everywhere, but like,
right.
They don't want you to look fucking cool, bro.
Yeah. It's Team Suds and Duds.
Is that another horny human name?
No. It's a Disney rollerblading team name.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
It's like a Disney movie you're talking about?
Yeah. Disney made a rollerblading movie back in
really?
the 90s. Yeah. And there was a Team Suds and Duds.
Hell yeah. Well,
you were watching some original movies, I think, right?
Yeah, we're definitely going to get into Disney original movies now.
Okay.
Because Disney used to make a fuckload of Disney original movies because they had the Disney Channel, you know? So and Alicia is really into those movies, and I have never been a Disney kid, so she made me watch a bunch of them. But like 2 or 3 of them are legitimately not bad.
Yeah.
Like Johnny Tsunami that has Shang Tsung in it.
Harry Tagawa.
Don't recognize that by name.
It's he's what do you say, Harry Tagawa? What's his name?
Carrie,
something.
Corey Tagawa or something like that.
Yeah, it was the guy who played Shang Tsung in the old Mortal Kombat movie. Very, very broad-faced Asian man, very recognizable.
It's like the Karate Kid, but with surfing.
Yeah, and he wasn't evil, and it really threw me off because he was really good at being evil. Instead, he
Okay.
was just like a chill grandpa being like, you should learn to surf.
That dude's got range.
My favorite one was Smart House, which was about a house that is smart. So smart, in fact, it turns itself into a human woman.
Possibly the most prophetic of all the Disney movies.
Yeah.
Weird.
Because
Yeah.
now
Because
people
it's
are
basically
actively trying
just
to have
like,
smart homes.
what if Siri was mentally insane and physically present in the house? Or is it Alexa? Alexa. That's
Whichever one.
the current
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I was yelling different names at
Your phone.
various phones to see what it would reply to. But
Yeah.
I have an iPhone. It's definitely Siri.
Nice.
I was also just yelling shit at it. I'm trying to write a part in a little script that I've been writing that I talked a little bit about before. The one where a guy runs into Bigfoot accidentally and they
Okay.
go on a whole adventure.
Oh,
So he's like having a fight with his girlfriend, and his girlfriend's name is Siri, which is people I've met people whose name is Siri. It's not completely.
seriously?
Yeah. That's it. I'm muting you, John.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
But
Yeah.
I thought it'd be funny to have a guy who's trying to have a fight with his girlfriend and the phone Siri just keeps interrupting. And so I tried to write that today. Like, so if I was yelling these phrases, what would the phone then try to tell me so that I can like write it correctly? So I was just yelling shit into my phone and being like, what's it going to say? Time to write it down.
Yeah.
Turns out it doesn't like when you yell obscenities at it.
Oh.
Doesn't it actually have like an option? Like it'll actually tell you to watch your language if you actually do that?
Sometimes it'll be like, now, and other times it'll be like, I don't care for the vulgarity and stuff
It'll
like
kind
that.
of scold you, speak down
so
sternly towards you, you know?
robots are just old scolds.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think essentially I did science today, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, experimented.
I yelled at a robot
got
and
it.
it gave me results.
You went down into the lab and you started yelling at your phone.
Sounds legit.
Cooking up beats.
Yeah.
Sound methodology.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, so Smart House. Smart House on top of having what is it? Katie Siegel.
Yeah, Peg from Married with Children.
And and Leela from Futurama, both amazing characters. But she is the house.
She's the one.
She's the Smart House. And so when it turns in, so when the Smart House decides it wants to be a human, she just pops out like, "What's up, kids?" And it threw me off because those movies aren't supposed to have like good actors.
And isn't the house horny for the main guy too?
Yes,
is the house horny?
Which is why she turned into a person, because she's like, I'm gonna steal your man, and tries to like crush the wife with a fridge or something. I don't remember the plot.
It's essentially her. This movie was written by Spike Jonze.
No, it was written by the Spike Jonze of my heart, LeVar Burton.
Is that for real? LeVar Burton wrote that?
LeVar Burton wrote and directed Smart House.
Did he for real?
And that is like coming fresh off of Star Trek, still doing Reading Rainbow, I think. He was like, hey, Disney, I got this idea. And they fucking gave him a bunch of money to do it.
Oh, wow.
So Smart House, legitimately decent. And my new personal favorite Disney original movie is the brand new created one on Disney Plus right now, Chang Can Dunk.
Chang Can Dunk.
And Chang Can Dunk. It's a great movie about how Asians can also do stuff.
Yeah. It's true.
I liked that movie only because like that movie was Disney trying to make up for how racist against Asians they've been in literally every other media they've made.
Fair enough.
So it's just like, until they made the MCU and got a fuckload of money, they were like, ooh, fuck, we gotta like retcon how much we hate Chinese people. So they, they made Shang-Chi and they made a bunch of other shit that's like decently representative of how Asian people actually exist.
I think they actually have a new series or film coming up with some of the, like Michelle Yeoh and Ki Hei Kwan. I think it's just called American Born Chinese or something like that.
No, they're really trying to go after it. Cause like in the Proud Family, which already that show was racist as fuck, even to black people, which was it was supposed to be for. They had like 3 Chinese twins who were always like bucktooth and squinty and carrying calculators and shit.
Oh God.
Right? And that was like this millennium. And then like in Chang Can Dunk, the lead character, Chang, is of course short, which I won't, I'm not gonna dock them points. Asians are technically shorter than most other races when you measure on average. But the entire premise is he challenges the white basketball star of his high school that he can dunk if he gets to train for like 2 months.
What state are they in? Are they in like Connecticut?
They're
Rhode Island?
I don't know if they ever specifically specify, but they're in Disney Town where there's smart houses and plenty of white basketball stars.
It's probably Orange County. I'm probably thinking Orange County.
County sounds right.
It feels like a very based in California.
Okay. And like the movie tries to be really diverse, and it like I remember as soon as the movie was starting, Alicia was already falling asleep, but I shook her awake, and I was like, oh, "Look, Chang has a black non-traditional love interest," and it's like, "Ooh, she's black, but she's into Metallica," which also feels a little heavy-handed on their part. To be like, look, she's not like other blacks. And you're like, hold on, Disney. Just because you're trying to throw Chinese people a bone, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't pick me to other people too. It's a little fucked up.
Yeah.
But then they realize they're doing that wrong and immediately just kind of sidebar her for like 40 minutes of the movie.
Oh, wow.
To make it not about a romance. They're immediately like, okay, she's in this movie, but also goodbye. She's just a band nerd with Chang. And then he goes off to do his thing, and he has like a smaller little nerdy Asian best friend, which was like a little bit, I was like, oh, what are they gonna do? What are they trying to do with this with a little like, ooh, he's good at editing videos because Asians are good with technology. And I was like, okay. Cool, Chang Can Dunk. What else are you gonna do? Yeah. And they managed to like make it not too stereotypical. They managed to like just skirt those lines enough. And
Does
so
Bill Burr show up in that?
No, he doesn't, but he should have. It would have worked.
Yeah.
He would have just
Disney's really been riding high on Bill Burr, haven't they? Like he's been appearing in like Star Wars properties.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He's been purchased.
Yeah.
Is he part of that All Things Comedy Network? He's got to just be making bank right now. So like he's just like, yeah, I'll go do whatever.
Okay. Yeah. Him and Al Madrigal made All Things Comedy Network, according to the internet that I read.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So Chang Can Dunk. I thought it was really weird to be like, yeah, I can dunk. You just give me upwards of 30+ days to train. I was like,
very reasonable.
Yeah, I'm like,
that's really giving him a lot of chances, giving him a real shot at making it.
And he actually cheats at the dunk anyway, and he can't really dunk.
Yeah, he dunks like halfway through the movie, huh?
Yeah.
Like they already show that he can dunk, but it's then they take it back. They say that he was illegally breaking into the school and shortening the hoop so he can actually make the dunk. And then he has to deal with all the fallout and social media backlash, and he literally puts out a video vlog.
And that's basically the principal tells him he has to make an apology vlog.
Oh God. But Is
It's
that
wild.
real? Are
Yeah.
apology vlogs real?
Yeah,
If
if you're
you're
Logan Paul.
if you're currently in high school and living in
Oh,
the internet,
oh God.
that's just something that you kind of gotta confront, and that's what this movie
Yeah.
kind of shows.
Okay.
It's a good movie about not taking yourself too seriously on the internet and not being a fucking douche for no reason. And it's
Okay.
like it really does not have much to do about Chinese people dunking, but
Okay.
Disney did it.
Interesting.
That's my summary of Chang Can Dunk.
That's a 5-star review right there.
Yeah, I gave it 10 out of 10 dunks.
Nice. How many Dunkaroos would that be?
7.5.
7.5 Dunkaroos. Very,
Full
very solid.
packages.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only thing I'll have to say negatively about that movie, it doesn't need to be over 2 hours long.
Is
Oh
it?
shit.
No Disney original movie needs to be, they all need to be maximum 120 minutes.
Yeah.
90 if you really are
Yeah.
like, it needs to be 90 minutes, 120 if you're like, ooh, this is going to be my fucking opus.
Yeah.
Isn't 122 hours?
Yeah, but this was over that.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh,
I thought
God.
Disney original movies would be like more in the hour and a half kind of range.
Yeah, that's
That's
what
always
they
my
always have. But
my
they've always been
idea.
like 80 to 90-minute movies so that you
They,
could put a couple commercial breaks in there and fill up a block, you know?
yeah. Yeah.
Now they're taking some liberties.
Oh, God. They don't need to take liberties.
I still don't trust Disney
Yeah.
because you should never trust large corporations. I just don't trust that they don't hate Chinese people because Disney frequently has to cater to the Chinese audience for their movies in a negative way. You know, they're just like, oh, we made this giant movie, and then China's like, hey, you accidentally did this thing that we're not cool with, and Disney's like, now we got to spend millions of dollars to appease the Chinese so that we can make millions of dollars.
Oh, okay.
They removed like all mention of Winnie the Pooh in China, didn't they?
Yeah.
For that reason, because they're memeing their president as looking like Winnie the Pooh. So in
Well,
order to appease the backers of their, I guess of their Disney Shanghai or whatever, they had to stop showing images of Winnie the Pooh. They started cracking down on it.
dang.
Good times.
Yeah.
Winnie the
I
Pooh,
had
also underrated
no
horny
idea.
name.
Yeah. Yeah. What I'm realizing is that I don't really know what goes on. Yeah.
Unlike
Yeah.
Disney Plus original, you're just not in the loop there. You don't have a. Do you have a Disney Plus account?
I do actually.
Well, sounds
I
like you're gonna watch Chang Can Dunk tonight.
Yeah, you might want to
I might watch
put
the
on a whole block.
Mandalorian, but not Chang Can Dunk.
Chang Can Dunk, Smart House, the remake of Under Wraps, where the mummy is doing all the fucking work. Those
Oh.
child actors are bad.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Is Under Wraps like a monster movie?
It's it's like a Halloween movie where these kids discover a mummy somehow, and then the mummy does hijinks
Oh.
With the kids.
with the
It's like
kids.
they become friends. It's a mummy buddy comedy.
Yeah, it's a really confusing movie because it doesn't seem like they knew what they wanted to do with it. But they were just like, hey, guy in the mummy costume, just ham it up in this parking lot for a half hour and we'll edit it together.
Yeah. Nice.
And boy, did he. He was doing it. He was doing it right.
Rated 6.5 out of 10 on IMDb.
Yeah. Hey, I rated 6.5 out of 10. That's
Who
pretty
plays
solid.
Who plays the mummy in Under Wraps?
A random guy who's just like a dancer, never been
the
in like
mum.
any other movies before.
Oh, is that mummy dancing?
Huh?
He wasn't really dancing that much.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Okay,
he
I'm on
killed
the
it.
Wikipedia. If Bill Bakey as Harold the Mummy, is that the Mummy?
Yeah.
That dude's the voice actor for Patrick Star in like SpongeBob. He's not like
Oh,
a dancer, is he?
No, that must be the original Under Wraps.
Oh, I see. You're right. I am looking at the original Under Wraps, but the picture on the Wikipedia page has a big mummy in a Disney Channel logo.
Yep.
So I thought it would have been the original one.
Yeah, they've like
They
erased
remade
the
it.
original one and they don't have it up on Disney Plus anymore because they don't want to pay any of those people that used to be in it.
Oh
oh
yeah.
wow.
So they remade it with a bunch of nobodies so that people would go on Halloween looking for it and then be like, well, I guess we'll watch this one.
So did you watch those two back to back?
I watched only the new Under Wraps,
Yeah.
and I believe Under Wraps 2.
There's a second one.
Yeah.
Either
Isn't
either
Is
there is, or I entered such a heavy fugue state, I just imagined an Under Wraps 2 for several hours.
it?
Entirely possible.
Are you sure you're not just thinking about the Mummy franchise right now?
I
Dude,
don't know
the
that I've ever
Mummy is
actually
so
watched those
good.
movies.
You haven't
They're
seen like the
so
original
good.
Mummy?
I've
Mummy
only ever
2?
seen clips of them
Oh,
because they
You
always
seen
looked ridiculous.
you know
yeah.
the really terrible Dwayne Johnson CGI?
Yeah, where he's like a giant weird scorpion or like
He's a
multi-legged fucking yeah.
Scorpion King. He's a half man. He's like a scorpion centaur.
Yeah.
It
I
was
hope one
totally
day to
cool
be a
for
scorpion
2001.
centaur. That's the natural human evolution, or I guess the evolution of the most powerful evolution.
To become half scorpion?
I guess I read
Yeah.
somewhere that like the pinnacle of all evolution or engineering is either a train or a crab.
Huh.
So
Like,
what,
oh,
it's
you
like
want
we're
things to it's like, oh, you want
all
things to be efficient? Trains. You know, they're on rails, they have very specific times.
so
Yeah.
You know,
all branches of evolution are just tending
train or crab.
that apex point where
Yeah,
it's
it's like,
gonna
oh, you
evolve
want to
into trains and or crabs.
yeah, it's like, hey, you want to be super strong? What if you had a big fucking thick shell on the outside? No one could penetrate your shell, and then we'll power you with hydraulics. And oops, that's a crab.
Uh,
It'd be like a
okay.
crab body, but like human on top, like a human, half crab, that kind of thing.
Just like the Rock, yeah.
Yeah, do like a scorpion king, but you're a
Yeah.
a big old Dungeness crab.
Yeah. Dungeness Crab King. King Crab.
You almost got it. There you go.
Yeah, King Crab.
Yeah.
Dungeons, kings, kingdoms.
The king of dungeon crab.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. All right. Well, I'm ready to become a train. Will we have human faces on our train bodies? Would the train it'll be like Thomas the Tank Engine? Is that
No, it'd be like a little crab face.
little crab
Oh,
face on a train? So we'll evolve into crabs first, and then into trains from
crab.
that point.
Yeah.
I think
That
Even
makes
crab train hybrids.
yeah, crab trains.
Yeah. I dig that.
Disney, get on it. Make the original
Yeah.
movie.
They
Chang
probably will.
Can evolve
Yeah.
into a crab train.
Chang could dunk if he was on rails heading directly towards the hoop. Trains, they'll get you there.
Train is notorious for their hooping skills.
I've never seen a train dunk, but I've never seen a crab
I've seen
in New York City.
a train get ran on a guy named Duncan. Say trains can't dunk.
I was gonna say
Dunk
I've
can.
never seen a crab walk, but that's not true. I have.
Yeah.
They walk, but they just walk in their own like funny way.
Yeah.
I've
That's
watched a
true.
lot of crabs walking in my life.
Oh,
Right before
really?
you picked it out in the supermarket.
I never picked it out. I just loved going to the tank and being like,
Look at them all struggle.
look at you guys. Look at you guys
It's
ready to be food.
hilarious. Tanks all overcrowded. You're clearly stressed out. Just what I want from my food.
Completely at the mercy of whatever is happening. Just handcuffed, claws, unusable. They always put them in the tank like with lobsters too. That's got to be.
Do they do that? I could have sworn they had like separate tanks for that, but if that's true, that's also insane because they're like, aren't they like enemies?
Yeah, they're like
Lobsters and
mortal
crabs?
enemies.
They hate each other.
Oh,
But they just they just put rubber bands on the claws and they're like, there we go.
yeah. Makes sense. Both have flaws.
That's all they can really do too, right?
Yeah.
Like they can only pinch. That's like their only means of
Yeah,
attack, like offense. They don't have like a real like I think do they
They,
spit too? Like they gurgle when they get mad. Like
they probably
like
have tackle.
yeah, the crabs.
yeah, but
I
that
remember
probably
like
doesn't do
using
too much
water
against
gun.
another shelled enemy, Like they'll just be bumping shells, which might get a little hot and heavy.
Yeah.
I guess their like little mouth parts are probably
Yeah.
really good at
They
attacking too.
probably get
They can bite.
water gun at the second evolution.
Mouth parts.
Yeah, the little crab mouth parts.
Oh,
Do they have like weird little mandibles in there? I've
Yeah.
never. I've looked at a lot of crabs, and all I've ever just seen is a bunch of like, and I've never identified what any of it is. I'm like, is that your eyeballs?
There's like some TikTok person who actually is just like they own a crab as like a pet, and
Hell
like they have
yeah.
just upload videos of them feeding the crab, and the crab just really digging life, making like little cute noises, which are really honestly disgusting noises because it's coming from a crab. They got to like vocalize by gurgling,
yeah.
spitting shit out. It's like no,
Yeah.
he's happy. He's really glad.
Just like me when I get into that Smirnoff Ice.
Yeah, you just start gurgling.
Why
Start articulating your mouth parts.
Smirnoff Ice.
Because it tastes like melted Jolly Ranchers.
Okay.
Those are the big bottles you can just pick up.
You were Smirnoff Ice.
I wouldn't be if they weren't so cheap and available within walking distance.
Oh. That's completely reasonable. Yeah.
You can only get them by the bottle, huh? Isn't there an option? It's like a 6-pack or something.
Yeah, I mean, you get, but then it's like smaller bottles. I want the giant, almost 40 of Smirnoff Ice.
Yeah.
I'm a champion.
How many did you drink? 2 of those?
Yeah, I'd housed both of those yesterday.
God damn.
I was pre-gaming for a thing I didn't end up showing up to because I was drinking Smirnoff Ice.
Nice.
That's a good time.
We'll get them next time.
Yeah. There's always next time.
I'm just happy. Like I have not been drinking at all much the past few years, really, just because I've been on these antidepressants that I'm no longer on. Because boy, do they not work. But like it would make it so like if I drank the next day, I would just be like it would make me more depressed than if I wasn't on antidepressants. So it's like.
Gotcha.
Like, oh, okay, so I can't have 2 beers or else I'll want to die for 4 days. Like, that's fucking bullshit, dude. I want to just
like
be able to drink sometimes.
Yeah.
So now, I trade my sanity for booze, as you should. Nobody should ever be completely mentally healthy if you can't also have some sort of substance abuse. Because this is America.
Sure.
It's our God-given right.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get on some pharmaceutical substance that makes it so I can't make my bathtub wine.
Okay.
Which I am again making, not in the bathtub.
Okay.
I use the term bathtub loosely as like a homemade fun way.
Just any large 5-gallon vessel is a bathtub.
Yeah.
To somebody.
I got my brewing bucket full of pineapple chunks and honey, and I'm gonna get fucking botulism.
Oh, please don't. Yeah.
I'm gonna try not
fun
to.
projects.
Okay.
I
The
got some like
Botulism
pH
project.
strips.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Good.
That's a fun band name, you think?
Yeah.
The Botulism Project.
Botulism. I don't know how to spell botulism, so I can't tell if it would make a good logo or not.
The Bobby Benedict Botulism Project.
Yeah.
You can
It's like a Slipknot
prog
adjacent
rock type
thing.
band.
Yeah.
Prog rock meets jam band meets indie grindcore.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna get crazy. Honestly, if I had my druthers, my botulism, the botulism project would just sound like Foxy Shazam.
Yeah.
That's what I'm aiming for.
Okay. I know I used to know Foxy Shazam, but I don't remember him anymore.
They've been off. They were off the grid for a few years after they like did a Tumblr breakup. But they're like a throwback arena rock style band, you know, with like soaring vocals and lots of fun instrumentation. They got like a piano guy who really gets into it. It's real fun. And I just love the lead singer Eric Nally because he just looks like like his haircut and face just makes me think he's like a little Squire boy. He looks like a little lad who loves berries and cream, and that's why I love that band.
Okay.
I don't know how to describe his haircut, but it's he's just a classic boy.
Yeah.
We went not we. I by myself and everyone had to deal with it. Went down a nice Macklemore hole the other night.
Oh, did you?
Because I was in the epicenter of Macklemore popularity in the Midwest. You know, like Macklemore spoke to the heartland of America by saying, "Hey, rap is coming anyway. What if I did it instead of the black people you're afraid of?" You know, so
yeah,
every frat party, every tailgate, everything was all Macklemore all the time.
Okay.
And I pre-ordered that album. I'm definitely part of the problem. I'm directly responsible for Macklemore beating Kendrick Lamar for the Grammy.
Okay.
Because I pre-ordered his album and not Kendrick's.
Okay.
But yeah, it was
well,
bad.
I want to try this as an opener sometime. I don't know when or where I'm gonna do it, but it's. Do y'all remember when Macklemore solved the inequality? That's it.
Just yell that in the street. You'll be fine.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Were you about to burp right there?
No.
What was that face?
It's just like Macklemore made him want to barf. Is what
was that your cheeky face? Was that your Jonathan's band a cheeky little boy face?
A cheeky little monkey.
You should add that to the act on top of the sunglasses and the notebook. Just doing like a cheeky little thing at the end, you know? So like like no other catchphrase, just do that.
Yeah, because it's far too easy to just be like, did I do that?
Yeah.
You guys remember when Macklemore solved inequality?
Yeah.
Then you could say something like Jonathan's a little cheeky boy. If you want to do that. If you want to. Start referring to yourself in the third person.
Yeah.
Just going on stage, telling one kind of joke and being like, who's a little silly boy? I'm a little silly boy. And just prancing around for the rest of the set. Just celebrating.
He has to be referring to himself in the third person to make it funnier.
Yeah.
I think that's just your next state, like your next mental evolution, is just starting to always refer to yourself as Jonathan. Like, Jonathan's hungry right now. Jonathan's got a new bit to try out on you guys. You want to hear it?
You guys seen Jonathan do comedy?
Jonathan's been a little cheeky boy.
Yeah.
That's great. I love it.
Yeah.
I didn't know you guys had Macklemore material. like already bloated up for this.
I'm telling you, man,
I
Macklemore
wish.
was far too big for his britches. He
Yeah,
got into
Yeah,
our hearts and souls.
that's crazy.
yeah.
Definitely not mine. I did not really
Did
get the
you
hype all that
did you
much.
see that music video where it's like downtown and rides mopeds?
I think
That's
yesterday,
the one with the
probably.
guy. Yeah, that's the one with the guy from Foxy Shazam in it.
Oh, is it?
Yep,
Okay,
he's the one singing that downtown chorus.
okay, all right.
It's the best part of that song.
Yeah,
And then Macklemore
well,
has to be in there.
yeah. They
Was
they
that
do have like a moped chariot, which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
a
in fact,
moped cherry?
Eric Nally was the one who had the giant eagle head chariot with the 4 motorcycles at the front that he's just a ghost riding at the front of the chariot and whipping. It's fucking great, his portion of
Okay.
the video.
Nice.
And then there's Macklemore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mac.
Our Lord and Savior, Macklemore.
Yeah,
Macklemore. Macklemore or less.
Michael West.
Yeah.
Are
Mac
there
OS.
Yeah.
are there any like current day like white rappers trying to like do like another Macklemore thing right now, or is
Young
Macklemore still
Gravy.
very much?
I was
Is that a
gonna
real guy?
say Eminem. He's still trying to do it, right?
Yeah, but he's like legitimate because people respect him
Oh,
and he can actually like do it. No, there's a really cheesy dude from TikTok called Young Gravy who's just all about like fucking old ladies and rapping slowly.
Okay.
oh,
Is Young Gravy supposed to be cum or something? Is that what that's supposed to be? Or like stem cells? Is stem cells Young Gravy?
stem cells.
Would
Yeah,
that be like the street term for for stem cells? You're
and
trying to buy some black market stem cells. They just call it Young Gravy.
That's my
oh,
hardcore band is black market stem cells.
Just take some of this Young Gravy, rub it on your forehead and your cheeks. Take the years
dude,
away.
does this cum have stem cells in
No, but good question.
it?
I don't think so.
what,
No, not at all.
what if it does and we're just missing out on like an
Yeah,
amazing anti-aging lotion?
right. Yeah,
I don't know if I could get past the smell. Honestly, like if someone told me like wiping your cum all over your face and hands makes you look younger,
I'd say
I'd still avoid it.
I'd probably say they did if I was trying to play a prank on somebody. And I wanted them to
yeah.
just rub a bunch of semen all over their faces.
It
Yeah.
worked for Johnny Knoxville. They did that prank on him in the
Oh
third
yeah.
Jackass movie. They replaced his
Oh,
face lotion with horse cum.
Semen
oh.
mask.
It was the big bit
Oh,
at the end because throughout the entire movie, you would just see him like, oh, got to put my face lotion on. He had like from the doctor prescription lotion for like, like keeping his youthful movie star look. It's just
Oh,
horse cum,
okay.
chunky horse cum.
Chunky?
If you let it sit out
gotta be
for a while,
chunky.
it's gonna get chunky. Plus, it was like cooking in his hot car.
Oh,
Uh,
oh.
and it already comes out pretty chunky. I would imagine. I don't know how many if you have.
Yeah.
I
I would
was about
imagine it's
to
already a pretty chunky load
I
coming
was
out of
about to just
horses.
assume that you were real into animal husbandry, like from TikTok or something.
No,
That you were just like, obviously, we all know the chunkiest of all comes is the horse.
it has to be, no? The pulpiest? Which species has the pulpiest? Which one is just loaded with little guys?
Uh, that would be the pumpkin. The
That's
pumpkin
fine.
is very pulpy.
The pumpkin is not an animal.
Yeah, we're talking about
It-
loads.
oh, I was thinking of loads like
General innards.
yeah, yeah.
Which guys do you think is the cummiest vegetable?
Hmm.
Yeah,
That's a good.
we're
Probably like a stone fruit, no? Because they're kind of like slimy if they're overripe. Oh, you said vegetables.
I mean, it doesn't have to be a vegetable specifically. I'm just using any botanical thing. It could be a berry or a.
I went straight. I straight up went to the fruit first.
Oh.
Passion fruit is kind of cummy with its weird seeds.
That's like the white one, right?
Yeah.
Little, like white innards.
Yeah.
They're calling me to get my meds, so I'll be back in a second.
We'll solve the cummy vegetable conundrum while you're gone.
Okay. Probably.
He's making that cheeky boy face again. Cheeky boy Jonathan's going to get his night meds.
Yeah.
He's got to put his
John,
pants
see you in
on.
a sec. See you in a sec.
Please tell me you've been wearing no pants this whole podcast.
I have been wearing pants.
Great.
Well,
good.
shit.
Yeah.
I was really hoping we would just get Jonathan turning around, putting on pants, and walking away.
He's just, you can turn the camera off too.
No,
we gotta watch him walk away.
We gotta watch it. It's funnier that way.
All right.
I hope he comes back in fully naked. Like that's what they do with medicine time. So you gotta.
I guess overcooked broccoli would that be considered like any kind of like green that you can overcook into a mush? That would be my pick for. I don't think there's any fruit or vegetable that is fresh out of the box, out of the ground. Cummy?
No, you can milk a cucumber.
That's a fruit though, no? If we're gonna technical about it. There's not like veggies are I always associate vegetables with crunchiness, crispiness. There's not a whole lot of fluidity to it, I guess I want to say. There's not a thickness to vegetables. Like a sticky sliminess to them, unless they're just sitting in your crisper for too long.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not the vegetables you're getting into, but no, you know what? Okra.
Okra, okay.
Okra's cummy because that's how like they thicken gumbo with it. Like it's just
you eat it. I mean, but even like off of the vine, you eat it. It's still pretty cummy, or is it like crunchy little snap?
I think it's like crunchy outside, and then like I've never eaten raw okra. I've only ever had it. I've had it deep fried, and it is.
That's good too.
I don't like deep fried okra because the inside gets all cummy.
Oh no.
I can't
but then
do
that's
it.
Just anything you deep fry, like even Oreos deep fried have kind of a cummy thing going on. I think it's just the oil mix with the batter.
Okra has like a property of like it's gooey. The insides of okra is gooey. I think okra is the cummiest one.
John's back. He's ready to stake claim in the discussion of cummiest vegetable.
I was gonna say okra is a cummy. It is cummy.
Nice. All right.
Champion.
Yeah.
Cummiest vegetable, okra.
Yeah.
Horniest name, Oprah.
Oprah is. Yeah. That one.
Were you try? I'm gonna the cheeky Jonathan face will forever get me now.
Whenever any of us bombs on the podcast, we just got to do that now. Whenever there's like that little awkward silence.
It's because it's pure cheekiness. Let's see.
You got to be cheeky to survive in this business.
I think we have definitely solved the cummiest vegetable conundrum, and so I think we are now safe to exist within the lands of our own minds, free from the grip of the Petri dish. And it's societal law and order. And now, I mean, we already talked about Chang Can Dunk, so I got nothing else to really talk about. But what have you guys been getting into? You've been doing stuff?
No.
That was quick.
Yeah.
I was watching Chang Can Dunk.
I went bowling today. I
Bowling?
did too. Yeah, I did that. I went
Hell
bowling. Yeah.
Are you better at bowling now than you were before?
No.
Oh man, I was kind of hoping like the head injury might have unlocked some because we were also watching videos about people coming out of like dental surgeries with foreign accents.
Oh,
And I was thinking like how cool that would be. I would love to come out of surgery and just having like a New Zealand accent or a southern drawl out of nowhere.
What if that did happen to Jonathan, but he got brain damage and only developed more southern accent? Like it didn't change.
That's too
No
bad.
one knows he has foreign accent syndrome because it's just his own accent again.
Just
yeah.
more southern drawl.
Yeah.
Well, I was hoping maybe it like unlocks some kind of latent skill inside of you.
No.
I was hoping you would become like a better bowler.
No. I'm a worse stand up walk arounder. That
Jonathan,
yeah.
you're not supposed to walk around the bowling alley. You stay in your lane and you bowl in that one. You're gonna get hit with a ball, man.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
You just standing in the lanes like, whose turn is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that. We were just talking about bowling because I can never go to a place that has shoes I can rent except the GSR. We went there one time and they're like, "Oh yeah, we got up to size 18 shoes." I was like, "What?"
Oh wow.
Yeah, they're very plus size friendly at the bowling alley.
I'm assuming that's just
You
because
have to be.
like the GSR has so many people come to it, and it must have
Yeah.
had like an NBA group come through at one time, and all of them were like, "Sorry, we didn't all bring our custom bowling shoes to the bowling alley."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy that you have feet the same size as major like athletes
Yeah, like
who can dunk for sure, like no problem.
I have to shop in their vicinity and be like, "Ah, are you looking for the good arch support?" They're like, "No."
Yeah. Well,
I don't think I've
fucking dunk.
I don't think I've ever seen you dribble a ball without having to use the heel of your palm.
I also have to stare directly at it. I cannot.
You got to keep your eyes on it.
I gotta stare at that ball.
Yeah.
I would love to for one day to Bobby get a head injury and he comes out of it with just great ball handling skills. He can do like between the legs, but a British accent, just no look passes, alley oops.
Yeah.
Chang Can Dunk.
I would love to be secretly good at basketball. I really got to start training at the school across the way and just.
I love seeing like big dudes who are like have handles and can like do stuff on the court.
They're just like crossing dudes up, and you're like, you're not supposed to be able to stop on one of your legs like that without the entire leg collapsing.
I might be mistaken. I think there's a globetrotter who's like his whole thing is just being like he's a chunkier guy. Yeah. He's like a big fat like pant load, just doing all the globetrotter stuff.
Did you say pant load?
I said pant load.
Oh,
who's that fat
White
baseball
guy.
Player?
The
one that missed that pop fly and then went and took somebody's nacho.
I don't remember that. No.
Oh fuck! I
don't know his name.
It's so funny. Hold on, I gotta look it up.
Okay.
I gotta look it up.
Baseball players can get away with being pretty fat though.
Yeah.
Because they have the option to like, what's it called?
Prince Fielder.
Prince Fielder.
Prince Fielder. Look him up. He
pants filler, more like it. He's just a big guy.
Yeah, and he misses getting a ball that if he could jog a little faster, he could have made.
I think the video is a foul ball too, anyway. So
yeah, so he probably wasn't like getting at it, but he like crashes into the edge, looks down, grabs the guy's nacho, and is just like jogging back, chewing on it.
That's awesome.
Baseball might be your sport if you can just be like a designated hitter. You just need someone to run for you, probably.
I would do that in a heartbeat. Just be like, hey, I'm here to chew tobacco, even though that's not allowed anymore.
Mm-hmm. Because I've seen you swing a bat with one hand. Imagine if you had both hands on the bat. You'll be knocking those baseballs into.
Do you think they'd let me do my samurai baseball stance where I just?
That'd be funny. That'd be serious. That'd be crazy. That'd be wild to see that happen.
Yeah.
There must be some standard on how you have to hold the bat as like an MLB player.
There's probably some rule.
Because they would be, if not, there's got to be better ways to hit the ball, right? And I still think the samurai draw from the side outward is the most efficient.
Yeah, and you have it like holstered.
Knocks it into the air.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's probably why I'm not a pro, because they don't allow my specific style into the game. That's fine.
Sword style.
Yeah.
It's an illegal technique. Dangerous.
Yeah.
The hidden blade.
Is that how you spell Horny Town? I feel like there's an E in it.
I mean, that's how you spell Horny Town, but if you were trying to spell horny and town separately, no, that would not be correct.
Yeah, this is definitely like a European spelling, I think.
Okay.
I don't think you spell horny with an N-E-Y like that. I'm pretty sure it's just a Y. You drop the E.
Yeah. Okay.
Although,
you're allowed to just spell things wrong if you're the Black Eyed Peas, so maybe that's how they would spell Horny Town. This still bothers me, and I just have to bring it up anytime I think about anything ever. Fergalicious was like a #1 hit on the radio for a while, and nobody told them before it hit the radio waves that they were spelling tasty wrong.
How are they spelling?
I have no idea.
T to the A to the STEY, girl, you tasty. That's tasty. Tasty has no E.
Maybe it just didn't flow the right way when they were writing it. Maybe that's why they had to add that extra E in there. It wasn't so much maybe it's a silent E that they have to spell out. You know, it's like obligated to be there. Yeah. That's my thing about silent letters. I feel like they're getting credit for really nothing.
Right.
Like the B in crumb. Like, why does that need to be there? Like, does it
start pronouncing it? Call him out. Crumb.
Yeah. Start pronouncing the B in crumb.
And
like, how did that B get there? That B probably has like a father with pull. That's how he got on that word.
Or like herb.
Yeah.
Or the G in foreign. Forign.
Forang.
Foreign.
Foreign.
It sounds like you're running out of steam.
I'm gonna get a foreign accent syndrome. I'm gonna get
the foreign accent syndrome.
All right. Yeah, no, we're out of germs to germinate. Let's land this bitch. Guys, don't forget to do stuff.
Yeah, just create. If you watch this, I commend you for watching it all the way through.
Hell yeah.
I don't know where this is going to be available. I don't even listen to their own podcast.
YouTube.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
YouTube and all other podcast platforms if you don't do video, which is, hey, if you're not getting video, you're missing half the jokes. How are you going to get Jonathan's little sassy face or Horny Town if you're not watching on YouTube? Also on YouTube, I sneakily edited an old sketch video of me being the spooky envoy and dancing around on stage with 2 random audience members. And it's a bad video, but I put it up there anyway to be like, why not? Content is content.
Go check it out, folks.
Go watch the spooky envoy dance his dick off.
Yeah.
Watch out for me at Mirthquake in San Francisco, April 10th. That's the only thing I've got on the books for right now.
That's definitely.
Yeah. Other than that, everybody do the Macarena.
I've got nothing.
Stay frosty.
Yeah. See you in the stars.
Okay.